Hello everyone, my name's Dean and let's talk crypto. This is where you subscribe for daily Bitcoin updates and technical analysis. We track the price of Bitcoin as a proxy for the cryptocurrency markets at large. Today is January 1st, 2025, and Happy New Year to one and to all. Let's get into the Bitcoin price action. Okay, this is going to be a quick update because not much has changed. And I will say before we start that it's very important to note today is a holiday in the United States. What does that mean? Why is that significant? Well, it's significant. It's significant because the traditional markets are not trading, i.e., the US dollar is not moving. Technically speaking, it's not moving, right? So there's no liquidity. If any big moves happen, you create CME gaps, right? So what we typically see in my experience, in my years of trading and charting and following the markets, what we typically see on holidays when moves happen is a rebalancing or a, how would I say this? If something happens, then it just gets undone, right? If something happens during the weekend or during the holiday, it just gets undone. So what I'm trying to say is this: we typically see counter trend moves during the weekend, right? If something happens counter trend, it doesn't matter and it's not going to create much of a gap because the actual trend will erase that. So basically, whatever happens on the weekend, whatever happens on the holiday, typically gets erased. Okay? Keep that in mind. Let's go on with the analysis. Bitcoin is still where we left it, okay? 2 weeks. It's been about 2 weeks since we've been around this level of support, okay? 92,000, 93,000, whatever you want to call it, okay? And we clearly struggled, okay? You can tell. I don't think you need to be a chart wizard to see that Bitcoin is struggling to gain momentum. It's just very happy going sideways and up and down and up and down. Okay, this shows weakness. It's not always the fact that a sideways accumulation or consolidation shows weakness, but here, if you pay attention to the manner in which it's consolidating, it does show lack of strength. And we expect that, don't we? Because on our larger time frame analysis, we are in a consolidation of a consolidation. So it's a B wave of a B wave, right? This is an A wave. This is a massive B wave, okay? So we're actually currently in the consolidation before the final steps of a B wave. So we're in consolidation of consolidation. So it is marked and highlighted by indecision, highlighted by lack of strength. So we still do expect this last move to happen, but again, don't expect it to have the strength to break the confines of this channel. Don't expect it to have the strength to break the resistance of this 40-day channel. We do still expect Bitcoin to go up to 100K, 102K, but for those discerning chartists out there, you will really be clear on the fact that it's unlikely to break that, and subsequent to that mark being hit, it's likely to turn around. For also the reason that I stated in the beginning of the video, we're likely to do this today. It's a holiday, i.e. the US dollar currency index, which we should have a look at really quickly. Here's Bitcoin dominance. Here's my USDXY. It is here. Okay. So if you have a quick look at the US dollar currency index on the small time frames, let's start with the hourly. What can you see? Well, you can see that it had previously been accumulating what looks like an accumulation, some sort of consolidation. Let's not qualify it. It's been going side to side for quite a bit of time. And most recently, it's gone up, okay? And on the even smaller time frame, let's jump down to the 15-minute, smallest time frame I like to look at, you can see that it's gone up. It's it's been going up impulsively, right? That's an impulse where you go up and you consolidate and you hold the 618, go up, consolidate, hold the 618, go up, consolidate, hold the 618. Is very likely to keep going up. Now, what happens if the US dollar currency index goes up? Well, Bitcoin, risk on assets, stocks go down. Stocks aren't trading today. Bitcoin is. Crypto is. It's literally the only chance we get to go up, given that once the US dollar currency index wakes up again, right, this evening, right, in pre-trading, and then tomorrow, this is likely to go up, and then Bitcoin cryptos are likely to come down again. So for those of you who are new to the channel, welcome. Thank you for your subscriptions. The idea I'm referencing is that US dollar currency index, or the dollar, the relative value of the dollar, right, as measured against a basket of foreign world reserve currencies, right? I think there are 6 or something that we use to measure the US dollar currency index. So the relative value of the US dollar, when it goes up, the value of risk on assets, so things that you use dollars to buy Bitcoin, you use dollars to buy stocks and whatever else, those go down. Makes sense, right? So whenever this goes up, we typically see a move down in cryptos, down in stocks. So this is why we track the US dollar currency index. And if the US dollar currency index is going up, even on a small time frame, we can expect Bitcoin cryptos to go down. And so that's what we expect. So if that's the case, then we only have a small window where this can complete its short time frame move, and then, you know, once it goes up, it's all finished, right? So that's really what we're looking at. And if you think about it, this is likely to be a big move up as you're breaking pretty serious resistance, or not serious resistance, but, you know, significant resistance, you know, as per this chart, right? This is the range that you've been in, and this is the top of the range, and you broke the top of the range, you're retesting it. So that would indicate a relatively large move down in Bitcoin and stocks. Okay, that's what I'll say. So that's interesting. So it's interesting, the fact that we're on a holiday and that the traditional markets are closed. So if we were to get a move to 102K, today's the day to do it. Specifically, the hours between now, when I'm recording this, and the pre-trading, which is approximately 8-9 hours from now, 10 hours from now, this is when we do it. So we have pretty much a 10-hour window to execute this move up in Bitcoin. I know it's been very labored, but we have the requisite consolidation to put in a move up. Okay, it's not going to come out of nowhere, and that would be the end of the B wave. And like I said before, don't be surprised when you get that C wave almost immediately after, just like you went from the A wave and you pivoted immediately into the B wave. Here you can see that. Let's zoom in real quick. I'm not going to assume everybody saw that show 2-3 shows ago where I made that point. Look at this. Very little prelude, very little preparation was, went into switching or converting or transitioning from the A wave to the B wave. It went A, B, C. And let's draw it again. For those of you who don't know, we're talking about this larger zigzag that we're seeing in the market. This is the A wave. This is our corrective impulse. All of this has been our B wave. Okay, and so we're still looking for C of B, or the final impulse of our B wave. Every corrective pattern ends in an impulse, whether it's an ABC, a WXY, a WXYXC. It doesn't matter if it's a simple flat or a complex flat. All of them end in impulse. Okay, even a triangle ends in impulse. Okay, so that, and then boom. So don't be shocked, don't be surprised. Be very, very careful about that. And again, just keep in mind the potential timing of this given what the US dollar currency index is doing. Okay, so that's what I'm seeing on Bitcoin. Really nothing's changed from the past two videos. I did mention a trade that I'm currently in. I don't typically post trades, scalps of this nature, but I did this time. I'm still in this trade. I'm down a bit, but I think that I can win this trade. So we'll see. But this is Litentry, and this is one of the assets that I think will take uh, a good. Uh, it'll take advantage of the move up in a way that some other assets may not, just given its price action. So, really quickly, what I'm seeing is on the really high time frame, on the weekly time frame, you can see this massive consolidation of many years, right? Ever since May of 22, you've been side to side here, and you're pretty much on the final, in the final stages of this consolidation. So it's not just for this trade, but like this is something that I keep in my portfolio for the bull market. Um, so when I talk to my clients, I'm very careful about what I recommend for the bull market, and I don't like assets that have charts that are ambiguous and that I can't tell have gone through the rigors of the bear market and have done their requisite consolidation accumulations to give high probability yields in the bull market. This is one such case that has done the requisite accumulation. As you can see, went up, came down, accumulated for many years, and this is likely to break, where if you go on the smaller time frames, yeah, I'm just scalping this, but I'm speaking about it also on a high time frame, and it's a decent project fundamentally. And this is kind of like I'm kind of not transitioning. I'm speaking to a bit what I do, my process in my consulting. That is something I do. For those of you who don't know, I do have a crypto consult or crypto portfolio consultation service that I charge about 154 per month, and I help clients balance their portfolios up to 5 assets, and I give you entries and exits every month for your assets. So this is something I would recommend for somebody to hold in the bull market. It's like a 600 plus market cap, so I mean the yields will probably be ridiculous. It has a very nice chart. Fundamentally, it's sound. It's a good project that gives good value in the cryptocurrency space. And like I said, you're putting in a retest of on the smaller time frame, so 4 hourly time frame. Look at this. Look at this multi-month accumulation, the resistance of which was broken and retested in due course, right? With a 3-wave pattern, flavors of 3 correction, right? Boom, that finished. And after that, what you got was your 3 pairs of AB basing. So basically, you can explain this as a up and to the right Wyckoff accumulation right here. That is really bullish, right? So basically, you talk about Wyckoff accumulation, you usually have it depicted in an orthogonal channel. But when you see it up and to the right, that basically means you're going to rip. It means the chart is telling you there's so much buying pressure that even in consolidation, even in accumulation, it can't not be bullish and can't create higher highs and higher lows. That is really bullish. Okay, so that's what I'm seeing. I see 1 degree of AB basing. So this is my first A wave, my counter B wave, my secondary break of structure, my secondary counter. So, and then my tertiary B wave and my tertiary counter down here. And then a small consolidation channel, small accumulation channel, and you can start to rip. So that is what I'm seeing. That's what I was like, ooh, if things are going to go up, this is pretty much, one of the few assets that I've seen in my portfolio that are primed and ready to run, like bull market ready. Okay, bull market ready right here, Litecoin, as far as I can see it. And my first target of this, let's go back on the weekly, is going to be the pivot of this zigzag down here. So you can see here, you put in a zigzag, right? So that is a 5-3-5, where the 3 waves up in the B wave come to between the 0.5 and the 618 of the A wave. So that's what I see here, this zigzag. And this pivot point right here is my first resistance, because it's my first support on the way down, right, of this pivot. So it's going to be my first resistance on the way up. So that's about $2.45. So, I mean, the trade here for Litecoin from where we're at before, seeing any significant resistance is 161%. So that's why I shared this. I don't always share stuff. Again, not financial advice, just what I'm doing. So I'm sharing it. I think it's a high probability trade to the way up, and I think that this and some other altcoins that I haven't charted may take advantage of the move up in Bitcoin, the temporary move up, if anything, in Bitcoin. Okay, and when it does retrace, and when Bitcoin retraces, this is also going to retrace. It's likely to retrace 45% if it does do that 160% move. So that's what I'm seeing on the charts. Guys, I hope this was helpful. I hope this was useful. Like, share, and subscribe if you got value. Consider buying me a coffee or tipping me by using my Venmo, by using my Cash App, by using Litecoin, all at the pinned comment below, or by subscribing to my crypto portfolio consultation service that I mentioned earlier in the video. And again, I help you balance your portfolio and be successful in the bull market. Okay, that is not everything's going to run. Not everything's going to do crazy gainers. And, you still have to make good entries and make good exits. That's basically what I help people with that service, using my 8+ years of trading and charting experience. All right, that's it for me. Take care. Happy New Year. Bye.